Since we're talking about all world quarterbacks with all the talent in the world, now we can talk about the San Francisco 49ers.
I thought that was going to be Justin Fields. I was excited.
I think that both of us agree that Brock Purdy is a starting NFL quarterback, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think we have to get too far into the hyperbole. He is a starting quarterback. It looks like he's going to be out for a while. He's got a bad shoulder, and he got that turf toe. Turf toe, number one on the list, along with the hip pointer, things that hurt, or the bone bruise, things that hurt a lot more than they sound like when written on paper, right?
They called it a turf toe variant, which sounds like the worst thing. I don't.
That sounds like he caught it rather than he got it, right? Like he just I knew I should have worn my mask.
Brock Purdy now has had quite a few big injuries. That's another.
Well, I mean,
thing.
He plays for the 49ers. Like, apparently, you need to have a lot in your what they call an HSA because you will be spending money on healthcare playing for that roster. So he's out 2 to 5 weeks, and you remember that time when the 49ers traded to move up in the draft?
Oh,
and
yes.
Everybody thought that they had given up the world so they could go take Mac Jones because Chris Sims, who has Kyle Shanahan's initials tattooed on his body, said that that if they made that move, they would take Mac Jones, and everybody ate the cheese. Well, guess who's going to start for the 49ers this week at long last? Mac Jones.
You know what this is like for Kyle Shanahan? When you have someone you got a crush on in, I don't know, high school, and you've just idealized it for so long because nothing ever happened. And then finally let's a high school reunion, or maybe you're at home for Thanksgiving and you're at the bar and you see them, and there's just no way it can live up to your expectations. I feel like that's going to be Kyle Shanahan realizing who Mac Jones really is and the limitations of what he can do with him this week. I at this point, he has to have given up on that dream because
I don't know. Because think about this. We all had Kirk Cousins as the Kyle Shanahan dream quarterback, but let us not forget that when Kirk Cousins actually played for Kyle Shanahan, he stunk, right? Yeah. He held on to what it could be. Are you familiar with the comedian Robin Harris?
No.
All right. Robin Harris, he died now almost 40 years ago. But Robin Harris, or 30, more like 35. But anyway, Robin Harris had a routine that you probably couldn't really get away with, and I am going to paraphrase it. And he basically said he don't like having a good-looking woman. He said he like having an ugly woman. You can tell the ugly woman anything. He said you walk in and tell the ugly woman, hey, I'm going to the moon. I'll be back in a couple of days. And then you just say to him, well, you be careful. I feel like the Shanahan tree, that's how they are about quarterbacks. They don't want no star at quarterback because they be on their own time. They be doing stuff, whatever it is. They want them an ugly quarterback that do whatever they say. That is what they see when they see the Mac Joneses of the world and all these other guys. If you just do what I tell you, then everything will be okay, man. These stars, these stunners, they got a mind of their own. You know what I'm saying? That's not what they're going for. And now old plain Jane Mac Jones is finally walking in, and Kyle Shanahan is like, look, I don't know how exciting she is, but I bet dinner going to be ready on time. That's what he thinks is about to happen.
Sorry, we got to get on with this tangent. When you see that, the equivalent of an age gap relationship, shall we say a looks gap relationship, yes. Because I don't know what your algorithm's like. My algorithm shows me a lot of, I think it's because it's rage bait for people, a lot of age gaps both ways.
Yes.
And then they show me the man with the surprising women.
Right.
I see that. Maybe men see the reverse. I don't know. Do you see the woman with the surprising man who?
Yeah, look, all I ever think when I see such a thing.
That's what I'm going to ask you.
There is an explanation.
Just neutral, could be anything.
I don't know necessarily what that explanation might be.
You don't think, man, she's...
It's on the board. It's on the board. What you are saying is, yes, 100% on the board. Look, when this happens and there is a gap of sorts, the way this goes is dude, and I don't know how this goes is women, because I think with women, when it's a gap, you just assume the dude is really nice.
Or rich.
Yeah, the gap that we wind up with here is, or when the gap is present, you see the two of them together, or you meet them and they're together, and then she leaves, and then the dude hits you out of nowhere, man. Dog, I'm telling you, boy, she cool as hell. Or boy, I'm telling you, boy, once that food ready, boy, we gonna eat. Like they're immediately like, I know, but they immediately go there.
Or my brain was going somewhere else. I was thinking
I know,
redacted,
no.
redacted.
It's on the board. It's on the board. I'm just telling you what the fella says, because what else is on the board? You can't tell. You shouldn't tell your partners.
Yeah. It's but it is the assumption that everyone. Well, there's a few. Yeah.
Yeah. There's something special. There's something special here.
It's crazy that our mind never goes to bring it back to Kyle Shanahan. That just must be his type, right? Like, which is often the actual explanation.
Yes.
Usually, all right, we're just kidding. When this happens and it's someone you know, they got a history.
Yes.
It's not like 10, 10, 10, 4.
Right.
That is not the pattern.
Right.
For men and women.
Right. That's fair.
There's not usually like an absurd deviation from that. But our brains don't go to like that's just not how we process. The dinner analogy is probably the best one, for Shanahan, because they want someone, the Shanahan family, they want, like the guy sitting in the mech suit pushing buttons, right? And the transform, like they want someone to just execute the offense. The problem, Mac Jones ain't that dude.
Right. And
Kirk Cousins, to his credit, was actually kind of that dude.
Yes. But he's also going to give you a lot of lip and a lot of sass.
He is sassy.
He is. That is. Yeah. He's going to give you a lot of back talk. Right. That is what happened in New England. And they were like, yo, get a load of this guy. Are you kidding me?
I am not super optimistic also, Bo, because it would be one thing if this was the Niners all-star team.
Right.
Of a couple years ago where everybody's healthy. It's Christian McCaffrey. It's Brandon Ayuk. It's George Kittle, the offensive line. It is a very diminished version of that he's going to have to make this work with. They are playing the Saints this weekend, so, that's going to help. But,
slump buster.
Right. Saints are... I'm not optimistic. Also, the Seahawks just played the Niners. And watching that, I am not saying Trent Williams is changed.
But this is like year 17,
yeah,
right?
He looks a little older out there. And he was kind of like the one thing holding this whole offensive line together. And so you start to get worried about that.